Good afternoon. I'm your host, Sheri Ann Richerson, and today we're going to talk about gifts from the garden. These are wonderful things we can do with our plants. We can give them as gifts. We can create cards and jewelry and all kinds of items, gift wrap, you name it. We can take stuff in our garden and we can create this and we can use it for gift giving. And what could be more exciting than someone receiving something that you grew and cared for and then turned into a special, unique gift for them. So that's what today's episode is going to be about. I'm being told that we are having some technical difficulties here. I want to say thank you for that. We do have GoTV going live right now, too, and that is on Ustream under Experimental Homesteader. You can also see it from our website. So I'm trying to make a few adjustments here, and I hope this is helping out a little bit. I'm being told it's not. So, again, I apologize for this. I'm not sure what's going on with the show. But I want to talk about the gifts you can give from your garden. Of course, it's winter now in a lot of areas, and you're probably thinking, what could possibly be out there that I could use for a last-minute Christmas gift? Well, there could be a lot of items. Dried flowers that you left in your garden. Possibly hydrangeas. They dry very nicely even on the plant. You could look at some of your chives if you allowed them to go to seed and see what the tops of those look like. You could have hellebores or pansies that are still in bloom in your garden that you could give as a pressed flower. Of course, that's going to take a little bit of time. Or you could give as a bouquet. Everybody loves fresh flowers. And you could even make a tussy-mussy. That might seem a little old-fashioned, but it might be a gift that somebody would really, really enjoy. Of course, through the season, you want to collect things out of your garden, such as rose petals, petals of different scented flowers, if you have scented leaves, such as herbs. Lemon balm is wonderful. The various mints are wonderful. And so collect these petals and these leaves that you like and dry them. And then you can put them together during this time of year. Add in a little bit of orris root, which you can dry yourself. There are instructions on my website at experimentalhomesteader.com. It is under Crafted Creations, and it tells you step by step how to go about creating your own orris root. It does take 2 years, but you can buy it. It does come from a specific variety of iris, and you have to wash and cut the root up, and then you have to let it set after it's dried for 2 years so that natural violet scent comes out of it. And then it is ready to absorb the essential oils that you would want to use to help hold the scent in your potpourri. Another item that you can give from your garden are teas and herbs. You know, think about this. What about your favorite herbal mixes? Say you make an Italian mix, and we have recipes for homemade seasoning mixes on the website, experimentalhomesteader.com. Or maybe there's a special tea that you make that you think somebody else might really enjoy. So go ahead and share some of those items. What about items you've canned? Okay, those are gifts from the garden too. Your jams, your jellies, your fruits, your vegetables. And it's real simple to do. Simply take the lid off your canning jar, put a pretty piece of fabric over it, put the lid back on to hold the fabric down, put a ribbon around that lid, and maybe some dried flowers or some silk flowers up on top. Great idea, easy to do. And I'm kind of hoping somebody will chime in here and let me know if we're still having technical difficulties. Because, of course, I can't really hear what's going on from this end. I'm really hoping things have straightened up. And what about if you do have a homestead and you have livestock? These aren't really gifts from the garden, but they are gifts. You could give fiber from your animals that you've turned into a gift. You could give fresh eggs. Use the feathers from your chickens when they molt to create unique gifts. Feathers are all the rage right now. Feather earrings, feather necklaces, feathers for your hair. Great items. And another item, and again, you'd have to do this in the spring. All those Queen Anne lace flowers make beautiful snowflakes. Press them, put a little bit of glitter on them, maybe some hairspray to try to hold them sturdy, or another kind of preservative. Give them as gifts on your packages. People can hang them on their Christmas trees next year, or they can hang them in their windows if they want to use them for decoration. Wonderful item. Don't forget about using items out of your garden on your greeting cards. And don't forget about using items out of your garden to make handmade paper. We've done some episodes on this. We've had some tweet chats on handmade paper. And on the YouTube page, which is under Sheri Ann Richerson, there are videos that tell you exactly how to do this. It's also on our blog, Experimental Homesteader. And I understand that everything is working well now, so most of you should be able to hear me. If you have friends and family that are into aromatherapy or scent, and you understand how to do distillation, which is not hard, again, you can come on over to experimentalhomesteader.com and get the information. You can give essential oils. You can give hydrosols. You can create your own unique blends of perfumes to give away using the person's favorite scents. So, again, think about what's in your garden. Take a walk out there, see what's actually going on right now, and think about what kind of gifts you can give. And while this is not plant material, another item that you can give from the garden, so to speak, would be ice sculptures. On our blog, I blogged about an item called a globe ice lantern kit, which is a really unique item. You put water in these specially formulated balloons, and you partially freeze it, and then you set it outside. Of course, the inside is hollow, so you can put a candle there, and the candle reflects off of all the different shapes and cracks in the ice. If you have snow and ice, you can build these yourself. Go outside, find a big piece of ice, sand it off a little bit, take 2 or 3 pieces, position them so they stay together down in the snow, and set a candle between them. This would be a really unique gift to give to someone, preferably someone that you live with or know really well, because you're going to have to be in their yard setting this up for them. You can use these inside if you want, but you need to be prepared for all the melting water because that will happen. And I want to take a moment to invite you again over to our website, experimentalhomesteader.com. That is experimentalhomesteader.com. And I want to tell you about some things that are going on our website. Today's blog post is Ready, Set, Go, the 4th annual New Year's Day hatch-along. I set 24 eggs in my incubator today. We're going to see how fast they hatch, and hopefully they have all hatched by New Year's Day. That's kind of when I'm expecting for the hatch to start. As you may know, there are some plants that you can press the flowers or the leaves onto fabric, and they will actually transfer because the dyes in them are so strong that as you're rubbing this on the fabric, you can set a piece of paper on top of it, press part of it against the fabric, use a rolling pin to press this down, and that dye and that shape is going to transfer onto the fabric. Violas will do this. You could try things such as lemon balm. Just experiment and see what kind of plants can do this. This would be a great way to make some unique gift wrap, maybe make some fabric gifts. Curtains with botanical imprints are a really cool idea. Aprons, dishcloths. You don't have to make the cloth item by hand. You can if you want. But the point is you are decorating it. Don't forget dried flowers. Floral bouquets are really popular. You can create those out of dried flowers from your garden and give them as gifts. People can enjoy them. They do get dusty. Don't expect them to keep the item forever. But for a while, they can enjoy another gift from your garden. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this week's show. I'm having a lot of trouble with my voice, as I usually do this time of year. I hope you've enjoyed today's show on making gifts from your garden.